Hi, hello everyone. Welcome back to NADAR'S Senior Voice channel. As you all know, we are in chapter 7. This video is continuation of chapter 7, Python functions. So, in chapter 7, Python functions, I introduced what is functions and types of functions you learned. In that, how to define a function by using a def and then the function name and then the parameters, then the syntax. Then I explained about advantages of user-defined functions, then how to call the functions which you defined, and passing the parameters in functions, how to pass the parameters in functions, and function arguments. In function arguments, I explained about required arguments, keyword arguments, default arguments, and variable length arguments with example which is given in your textbook. Okay. In this video, I'm going to explain about anonymous functions. What is anonymous function? In Python, anonymous function is a function that is defined without a name. Suppose if you did not give name to any function, those functions are called anonymous function or lambda function. Okay. While normal functions are defined using a def keyword, in Python, anonymous functions are defined using a lambda keyword. Suppose instead of def, if you use lambda keyword, such functions are called anonymous functions. Is it clear, children? Hence, anonymous functions are also called as lambda functions. Okay. Now, what is the use of lambda functions or anonymous functions? Lambda functions is mostly used for creating small and one-time anonymous functions. Lambda functions are mainly used in combination with the function like filter, map, and reduce. So, filter function, map function, and reduce functions are beyond the scope of this book. Okay. So, that means these functions are not explained in this book. Okay. So, lambda function can take any number of arguments and must return one value in the form of an expression. So, you can give any arguments, any number of arguments, but it will return only one value. Lambda function can only access global variables and variables in its parameter list. Global variable, different types of variable you already learned. Local, global, built-in, right? Now we are going to see syntax of anonymous functions. The syntax of anonymous function is as follows. See, first keyword lambda instead of def and the arguments expression. Let's see one example. Sum is a keyword, lambda. Sum is a variable, lambda is a keyword, argument 1, argument 2, and you are adding the expression argument 1 plus argument 2. See the colon here. Okay, after colon. Right, see here colon. Right. Now, print the sum is sum 30, 40. You are passing two arguments here. 30, argument 1 will be having 30, argument 2 will have 40. Right, and here you are adding both, and see here you used a print statement, and sum is a variable, right, and this value will be stored in sum. Is it clear? So print sum in next statement. Print sum is sum minus 30, 40, minus 30, 40. So you get 10 here. So the above lambda function, the adds argument 1 with argument 2 and stores the result in the variable sum. The result is displayed using a print function. Understood now? Next, return statement. You all know each function should end with return statement. And also I explained, suppose if you did not give any argument along with return, it returns none. Okay. The return statement causes your function to exit and returns a value to its caller. The point of functions in general is to take input and return something. The return statement is used when a function is ready to return a value to its caller. As I told, return statement will exit from the function, right? So only one return statement is executed at the runtime, even though the function contains multiple return statements. See, so only one return statement is executed at the runtime. You can give multiple number of return statement in Python, but you cannot give in C++. You know very well, right? Any number of return statements are allowed in function definition, but only one of them is executed at the runtime. Now we understood. Now syntax of return statement: return expression list. Expression list, right? This statement can contain expression which gives evaluated, and the value is returned if there is no expression in the statement. So if there is no expression in the statement, or the return statement itself is not present inside the function, then the function will return none. That means there is no return statement. Okay, is it clear? Now see the example. Def user underscore abs n. So this is a function name, right? And you are having only one parameter. If n is greater than 0, return n, else return minus n. Okay, now see, x is equal to input, enter a number. So you are asking the user to enter a particular number. Now that number will be stored in x. Print user underscore abs, you know it's a function name, of x. See here, enter a number. First you are entering 25. So the 25 will be passed inside. 25 is greater than 0, yes. So it returns 25. Is it clear? Second example, minus 25 you are passing. So minus 25 is greater than 0. No, condition is false. It will go to else statement. And see, it is returning minus n. Here you are giving minus. That's why minus n. Right? It will display minus n. That is negative number. Our next topic is scope of variables. Right? Already you learned about scopes. How many types of scopes are there? Yes. 4 types of scopes. Right? That is LEGB rule. Right? You already learned, right? Here you are going to see the scope inside the functions. Right? The scope of variable refers to the part of the program where it is accessible. That is the area where you can refer. That means use it. We can say that scope holds a current set of variables and their values. We will study 2 types of scopes. There is local scope and global scope. Within functions you are going to learn, right? First you are going to learn local scope. A variable declared inside the function's body or in the local scope is known as local variables. Okay, local variables within the function. Rules of local variable. A variable with local scope can be accessed only within the function, that means function block, that it is created in. When a variable is created inside the function or block, the variable becomes local to it. A local variable only exists while the function is executing. The formatting arguments are also local to function. We will say example, then you will understand better. Okay, create a local variable. Def is a keyword. Local is a name of the function. Y is equal to 0. So you are declaring y inside this function LOC. See, you have intended inside, right? And print y, you are printing it. Fine. Now you are calling LOC. It is printing 0. Any doubt? See, you have intended these 2 statements inside this function. And outside you are calling this function local, LOC. Is it clear? Now accessing local variable outside the scope. Okay, now here you see the same thing. Def LOC, y is equal to local. So you declare y is equal to local inside the function. Okay, see, you have intended. And from outside you are calling LOC. And you are printing outside. See, print y is given outside the function. So when we run the above code, the output shows the following error. The above error occurs because we are trying to access the local variable y In global scope, see, when you declare anything outside the function, it is considered as global. And when you call anything outside the function, you are calling a global variable, not the local variable. Understood? A name error, name y is not defined because it is searching y outside. There is no y outside. Okay, y is declared inside. Now is it clear now? Right. Now we will see global scope. A variable with global scope can be used anywhere in the program. That is, when you declare a variable in a program, it is global variable. It can be created by defining a variable outside the scope of any function block. Outside the scope of any function block, right? Rules of global keyword. A basic rule for global keyword in Python are, when we define a variable outside a function, it's global by default. Already I told you, right? You don't have to use a global keyword. You don't need to use global keyword. Global keyword. We use global keyword to read and write a global variable inside a function. We use global keyword to read and write global variable inside the function. Suppose if you want to use a global variable inside the function, then you have to use the keyword global, right? Use of global keyword outside the function has no effect. Use of global keyword outside the function. Outside the function, no need to declare because by default it is global, right? We will see one example now. Accessing global variable from inside a function. Now c is equal to 1. This is global because you have declared just outside. Now def add function. Inside you have intended print, and you are calling this global variable c, and this should be here because we cannot call the function inside the function, right? So this should be outside, right? Now here you are calling the global variable and it is printing 1. We will see whether it is printing 1 or not now. Now see the program. I have typed c is equal to 1, def add print c. So this is inside the function, and as I told, it should be outside the function, and you are going to call this, right? As I told, global variable, when you declare outside, it can be accessed anywhere. Okay, I'm going to run the program. See, you got 1. Is it clear now? Right? Now in the next example, modifying a global variable from inside the function. See here, c is equal to 1 you have declared. It is nothing but a global variable. Def add function. C is equal to c plus 2. So here you are incrementing c by 2. That means you are modifying it, and you are going to try this program in Python. I already typed it for you. Just I'm going to open. See here, c is equal to 1, def add, c is equal to c plus 2, print, and you are calling the function, right? So we will see you are getting error. That means you cannot modify the global variable inside the function. Is it clear? So see here, unbound local error, local variable c referenced before assignment. Without using global keyword, we cannot modify the global variable inside the function, but we can only access the global variable. In previous program you have seen, you can access, that means you can print. Okay, now we will changing global variable from inside the function using global keyword. X is equal to 0, same thing. Now here you see, you are giving a keyword global. Okay, now you will see, right? So now what I am going to do, I am going to introduce global keyword, right? See, global C. Now we will see whether it is showing error or not. No, 3 we got it, right? So 1 plus 2, 3. So you could able to add when you use global keyword. Is it clear, everyone? Okay. So in the above program, X is defined as a global variable. Inside the add function, global keyword is used for X and we increment the variable X by 5. Now we can see the change on the global variable X outside the function. That is the value of X is 5. The same program, but I gave 2. That's it. Okay, everyone. Global and local variables. Here we will show how to use global variable and local variable in the same code. See, X is equal to 8. X is a global variable. Def local X, global X, and Y is equal to local. X is equal to X plus 2 because already you have declared global keyword here. Print X, print Y, local. So no problem. What happened? This is local variable. So it is printing. When you call Y, it will print local. And already you declared global X here. So 8 into 2, 16. Okay. So in the above program, we declared X as global and Y as local variable in the function, local function, LOC function. After calling the function LOC, the value of X becomes 16 because we use X is equal to X into 2. After that, we print the value of local variable Y, that is local. Is it clear? Now see, global variable and local variable with the same name. Same name means same variable name. X is equal to 5, def local. X is equal to 10. Here, this is local variable. This is local variable. This is global variable. Right? So, print local X, that is X, and you are calling the function. Right? And then print global X. So it doesn't make any difference because this will not have influence inside unless you give global keyword. So local 10, global 5 will be printed. Is it clear? So in the above code, we use the same name X for both global variable and local variable. We get the different result when we print the same variable because the variable is declared in both the scopes. This is in global scope, this is in local scope. So the local scope inside the function LOC and global scope outside the function LOC. The output X10 is called local scope of a variable and the output global X is called global scope of variable. Understood, children? So I'm stopping it here. Please go through the video again and again. Right? Very important chapter. Right? Still, if you have any doubts, you can ask me. Okay, children? Take care. Bye.